Nomad Unknown is a channel run by a girl who shares her adventures, traveling the country, living in her car, and camping in different locations. Her content is raw and engaging, giving an authentic look into her lifestyle. However, camping in unfamiliar places isn't always smooth sailing. Sometimes unexpected and unsettling encounters happen in this video. She sets out for a simple overnight camp deep in the south, but what she experiences would make anyone in her position feel uneasy.
Getting out, started on the trail now. It's pretty quiet out here. It's lovely with the birds singing, and every now and then the wind comes through. When I was still getting ready at the trailhead, I encountered 3 young men who are out backpacking on this trail as well, and they let me know that a couple of them had done this trail before. This trail I'm out here hiking is in the Kisatchie National Forest in Louisiana, and it's called the Wild Azalea Trail, and it's arguably the best trail in Louisiana. So, pretty excited. It should also be the season for azaleas. So hopefully we'll get to see some beautiful azaleas in bloom and just restore my mental health.
She finally found a spot she liked and decided to set up camp. As she was checking out the surroundings, she spotted a man, someone she had already seen 4 times, while walking the trail to her campsite. That's when it hit her. Was he following her? But wait, it gets even creepier.
You ever just come across somebody and the energy is just off? That is what's been happening to me a little bit today. I'm about 3 miles in and I found this spot that I would really love to camp. But just as I was getting here, I saw somebody that I've seen twice already today. The first time I saw him, he only had a water bottle in his hand, no backpack or anything. And I saw him at the trailhead where I parked my car as I was still pulling things out of my car. And at that point, as soon as he saw me, he sort of turned around and headed back onto the trail. I've seen him 4 times, I just realized. And then I saw him as I was hiking. I'd started with my pack up the trail, and he came from behind me, still with just the water bottle. And I didn't hear him at first, but it kind of startled me a little bit. So I moved over to let him go past, and that time was the first time I said, "Oh, hello." And he just said, "Hi." The next time I saw him, he was at a crossroads, and it looked like he was loading things into his car to leave. But I guess he was pulling a backpack out, because even though I didn't say anything to him at that point, I literally just got across this bridge that's behind me, and it was filming some of the wild azaleas. And there he came from behind me again, this time with the backpack on, like an overnight backpack. And I said, "Oh, hello again." I might have even filmed that, although I didn't film him. And again, he just said hi. There's nothing concrete that's wrong with any of that, but it's the feeling of it.
After this, she spotted another sea campsite close by. That felt much more secure and hidden. It seemed like a much better option, so she considered moving there. But here's where things took a turn. She saw something that made her realize she wasn't imagining things. She was being followed. Take a look.
This area that I was looking across at, you see, there's the bridge, you can see that. And then the backpack's right there. I was thinking I was going to camp over there, but I looked over and I saw this area here, the clearing, and I thought, you know what, that's a bit more hidden from trail. I might feel more comfortable and secure over there, so I came over. Why is there a trail cam pointing to that campsite? I don't really know how those things work. Maybe it's not visible on the camera, but like, what else is it pointing at? Right? The heck? Like, here's the trail cam. What is it pointing at? Putting my camera right behind. My backpack is right there. That's where I was gonna camp. Like, that's an established campsite. Looks like this one is too. But what the heck is going on here? First, weird energy. Second, a trail cam pointed at a campsite? I think, yeah. I think 1 strike, 2 strike. I gotta get out of here before 3 strikes and I'm out.
Do you think this camera could have belonged to the man she saw earlier? Could it be possible that he set it up while she was filming the wild Alice? I mean, it was pointed directly at the spot where she planned to camp. Maybe he was watching and saw her backpack there and decided to place the camera. I don't know for sure, but just thinking about it is seriously creepy. This was her clear sign to leave. Seeing that man 4 times was already unsettling. But now finding this, yeah, she definitely made the right decision. A woman alone in the woods, unarmed with a stranger tracking her movements. That's not just unsettling, that's straight up dangerous. A family was hiking on a trail in the Amazon jungle when the mother suddenly looked to her left, and what she saw made their hearts stop. A mountain lion, silently waiting, positioned as if ready to strike the moment they passed by. Here's the clip. The lion was clearly ready to attack. But the moment the family stopped and made eye contact with it, the animal relaxed. That's when things could have taken a dangerous turn. If anyone had started yelling or running, it might have triggered the lion's natural hunting instinct, causing it to chase them. What probably saved them was how calm they stayed, especially with little kids around. Kids are often seen as easy prey for animals like that, so it's lucky the family didn't. Panic, thankfully, the lion backed off and the family made it out unharmed, but seriously, little kids in a jungle with parents who have no kind of protection, that's a terrifying situation waiting to happen. Rob Call Nature is an outdoor channel where the creator shares his camping adventures, often taking on unique survival challenges, like spending the night without fire or shelter. This time, he set out to explore a place he found on the map called Viking Tomb, a location with no photos online. Intrigued, he wanted to see it for himself. He drove as far as he could, but since the site was deep in the woods, he had to leave his car behind and continue on foot. After walking for a bit, he glanced back only to see some people photographing his car. Take a look.
When you search on Google Earth, if you get close enough to the terrain, there always pops up points of interest, and by pure luck, in the middle of the woods suddenly popped up a point of interest, and it read Viking Tomb. So I clicked on it, and only 1 picture taken from that Viking tomb. So I thought that place we have to visit. I just parked my car on the closest road to this place. That's weird. Why would they do that? That really bothered me. Why would they take pictures of my car? So we have to head due west. When I unpacked my car, there drove a car by. They slowed down pretty much when they saw me. And just now, before I left the road into the woods, they made another round and took a picture of my license plate. Maybe it was the landowner, maybe they thought I was a poacher.
He kept walking, not thinking too much about it. After a long trek, he finally reached the Viking tomb and decided to set up his hammock. As he was getting everything ready, snow started to fall, covering the forest in a quiet, almost surreal atmosphere.
It's 11 o'clock and I've been laying here for about 4 hours. The wind is really cooling down this shelter, even though I'm all tucked in and I've got hand warmers, 4 of them. I just can't seem to get warm, so I'm just laying here shivering. I'm going to pull the plug on this one. Am I hypothermic? No, but it's really uncomfortably cold. We are going to get up, back up, and hike out in the night.
He tried to push through the night, but the conditions kept getting worse. The temperature dropped fast, and soon he was freezing from the cold. After giving it some thought, he realized there was no way he could make it through the night like this. It was too risky. So he made the call to head back to his car and save the camping trip for another hopefully warmer night. But when he finally got to his car, he saw this.
Well, I found her. My princess in shiny armor. Well, someone has been interested in my car. I knew there was something off. These are not my footprints. The left one is mine, and the right one is the visitor in the night. When we headed out, someone took a picture of my car. Well, maybe they're as curious as I am. Well, that's the... let's just get out of here.
After spotting the fresh footprints in the snow, a sense of unease crept over him. The fact that it had been snowing while he was at the tomb meant these prints were recent. Whoever made them was likely still nearby. That thought alone was enough to make him feel watched. Not wanting to take any chances, he quickly got into his car and left the area. What do you think? Was he overreacting? Or did he have a real reason to feel like someone was following him? 41 Files is a channel dedicated to investigating a variety of unexplained phenomena. The creator focuses on locations known for sightings of creatures like Bigfoot, UFOs, Dogman, and other mysterious entities. His videos are a great watch for anyone into the paranormal. And honestly, sometimes a good Bigfoot video is all you need to get hooked. This time, he returns to a place called Dalby Forest.
41 Files, it's an absolute pleasure, as I always say, to be joined by so many like-minded people from all around the world. I've brought you back today to a place that we have explored before. This was last year, and it's a place that has dogman sightings, creepy stories and evidence, cases of human mutilation, animal mutilation, UFOs and extraterrestrials, and everything in between. This is Dalby Forest, a large forested area situated on the east coast of Britain. And we're going to spend the night here tonight and explore.
He and his cute dog head out, trying to find a spot to spend the night as the evening approaches fast.
As nightfall creeps in, I become extremely aware that humans are not suited to the dark. We are generally diurnal creatures, and our senses are not meant for nighttime activity, and so our imagination, combined with sensory deprivation, can cause us to imagine the worst case scenarios. Being in the dark means that we cannot see the real or imagined dangers that are in our midst, and because of this, we feel extremely vulnerable and exposed. Mundane things that we would otherwise ignore during the day can easily startle or even frighten us whenever we're trapped in the dark. I can only imagine then what effect the human mind would undergo if that threat was actually real and the experience was one that you couldn't even comprehend.
I don't know what he just said, but he and Lily eventually found a place to stay for the night. As night settled in, he decided to explore the forest. But soon, strange lights began to appear. In the distance, deep in the woods. Lights he couldn't explain the origin of.
There's some lights over there in the distance. I'm not sure what that is. My initial thought, that's Lily, obviously the green one, and she's really close to me, but those two white lights seem really far from the distance. My original thought just then was maybe a road, but they don't seem to be moving, and they're not constant, they keep going on and off, and one of them just got really bright, so I have no idea what that is. Try and zoom in. Third light as well, like in the middle, that's just joined. I have no idea what that is. It's too far for me to go investigate, and it's definitely not stars. We're looking at ground level here, right across the horizon, but it seems too far from the distance for me to go over that way and investigate. And holding my hands out like this with the camera, I'm struggling because they're so cold. But yeah, I have no idea what that is at this point.
At this point, the lights he saw seemed to change colors from blue to green, and even other colors, almost like something out of this world. He didn't approach them, so we'll never know for sure what they were. He spent the night there and nothing happened, but he couldn't shake off the stories about the forest and the strange encounter others had experienced. What do you think? Did he encounter something paranormal? Was it a natural phenomenon, or could it have been some sort of hoax? Let me know your thoughts. Lisa, a woman who lives in her van and shares her experiences on her channel Asleep 5 Decades, often gives viewers a glimpse into her van life in the video. I'm about to show you she encounters something that anyone who camps in a van fears around 4 a.m. While sleeping in her van, she was suddenly woken up by the sound of knocks right next to her ear. She sat there, frozen, unsure of what to do. Then the knock came again, this time. She responded with a hesitant hello, but there was no answer for the next 15 minutes. Nothing happened, but then she heard footsteps approaching once more, and this time, she started recording. Take a look.
Somebody's back here again. I hear footprints. Hello? How can I help you? It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't feel safe. Who are you?
There was still no response, so she quietly tried to move to the front of the van to get a look outside. That's when she noticed a car in the distance, its headlights on, slowly backing away. She turned the camera to herself and started explaining what had just happened. But not long after, she heard footsteps again.
You know, I just don't even know what to make of it. Like, what were they thinking? I do sleep with this beside my bed. And I never thought that I would have to pull it out or grab it. And I did. I hear footprints. Hear that? Yeah, somebody was just here again 3 times now. The 3rd time I looked out, they were walking on foot. I seen them walking and they hid behind the tree there. And then they went to a car. The same car that was here earlier. Well, that was back, and then it backed away and left again. 3 times in one night. This time, they didn't knock though. They were just walking around. I could hear them walking around the van.
Later in the morning, when she finally stepped outside, she discovered footprints scattered all around her van.
I'll show you. There's mine. See? Right here. Look. Somebody spilled 2 of my water bottles right there. 8 liters of water gone, but I don't know why. I don't know why they were, look, see? And then over here, these are like literally footprints. I never go there. If I collect my snow, I go right on this path and I cross over here, and that's my spot right there. But look, they were actually, there's some more. Look at that.
That many viewers believe that the man's initial plan was to steal valuables from the van. But after hearing Lisa's voice, he backed off only to rethink the situation and realize she was a woman alone. That's when he came back, possibly with much worse intentions. Who knows what could have happened? Luckily, she remained unharmed and the man eventually left. What do you think about this encounter? Was it just an attempted theft or something more sinister? Kevin and Jamie, the creators of the channel Don't Blink Paranormal, focus their content on using the app Randonautica to generate random coordinates and explore mysterious locations. Their passion for the unknown and discovering new places drives their adventures. This time, the app LED'd them to a location that upon arrival turned out to be a graveyard. Parking their car in a nearby lot, they continued the investigation on foot right from the start, began hearing strange noises coming from the woods. At first they brushed it off, assuming it was just animals, but things were about to get much weirder.
Thanks. Appreciate that. So now I need to go.
Yeah, Leo's been waiting for a while.
Well, thank you. All right, so go up.
What was that? Kind of like feathers.
There's people screaming.
Yeah, I do hear people screaming.
Okay. Where's it at?
They eventually reached the graveyard, and not long after stepping through the gate, they began hearing loud noises coming from the forest. At this point, it was hard to ignore. Something was out there.
Oh, pup. What is that?
I don't know.
That was a lot of noise in there.
Who's here with us right now? Hello? What?
I don't know what that.
What the fuck is that?
What are you doing?
Babe. That. What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Is that something eating something?
What?
I don't know.
It's not on us.
The screams they heard sounded like a pack of coyotes, but at the same time, it was eerily similar to coyotes attacking a human, with what seemed like someone screaming in distress. It was hard to tell what was really happening, but the unsettling feeling kept growing. Eventually, they decided to leave the graveyard, realizing they didn't feel safe there anymore. Using the app again, they generated a new location, but this one, it wouldn't be normal either.
Do you? Okay. I'm okay with that. Babe?
What? What?
There's a doll.
What?
Behind you. Bam.
Where?
Right there. Is that a doll? What is that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's in the tree.
Oh, okay. I see it.
What is that?
Better not be a doll.
It's a f***ing doll. That ain't a doll. That's not a doll.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
I don't know.
What?
What is it?
I have no idea what that is. It's a weird looking thing though.
We'll move.
Looks like freaking Jar Jar Binks off Star Wars. Hey, what is that?
What is it?
It's holding something.
What is it on? Oh, hell no.
Oh my god.
This app usually generates random, ordinary locations, places that are far from creepy, but every once in a while it sends people somewhere that feels unnervingly dangerous. And then there are the strange things people do, like hanging dolls from trees, leaving eerie objects behind, or setting up scenes that seem straight out of a horror movie. It makes you wonder, why do people do things like that? Sometimes it's not the places that are scary, it's the people.